This is a message for all those around the world who are in the know and are perhaps in a state of fear or doubt. For those who have some idea of what is actually going on behind the scenes right now, as we are watching the war between the deep state and the free-thinking people of the world. I know that it is hard, watching your freedom being taken slowly away. And I know that it is hard, even still, to watch those around you who don't know, blindly moving towards a future that will make this moment look like a walk in the park. And I know that it is hard to watch as others resist, especially your loved ones, any new information that could potentially free their minds. But this is not a message of hopelessness. And this is not a message of hope either. Because in these moments, hope isn't enough. This is a message of courage. These moments right now, my brothers and sisters, are not the end. These moments right now define us to the very core of who we are and test us to the very bottom of our humanity. If you find yourself in dismay, if you find yourself in fear, don't stay there. Feel the fear, feel the dismay, entertain it even, but do not stay there. Go beyond that veil of hopelessness. Go beyond that veil of fear and have the courage to dream a better world even when it seems impossible. This is the meaning of courage. To have courage when it is hard, not only when it is easy. Let me tell you what I have seen. I have seen a world where we wake up and everything is the same, but something is so very different. Where we know deep in our hearts that everything is one. I have seen a world where free energy and technologies that free us from the dependency of the hierarchy of power are there at our disposal, with each home and community on the planet powered with its own device. I have seen a world where we travel freely through the skies, not on airplanes, but on craft with engines that can manipulate gravity in the very fabric of space and time to take us to the stars. Families and communities uniting together in the name of freedom of thought and the development and emergence of source consciousness. A world where the known cures for disease are finally out in the open, accepted and investigated, coveted and protected, instead of being shunned and ignored. A world where the real healers and medicine of this planet are invited and honored, instead of violated, imprisoned, and murdered. A world where the word of the day isn't just, "Hey, how are you?" but "Hi, how can I serve you? Tell me the vision in your heart and maybe we can create it together." A world that worships not actors, not Hollywood, not possessions, not competition, but compassion and one another. That is what I hold with my heart. That is what I share with you here today through these words. And a conviction that this is possible and that we are not moving away from this vision right now, because I know you too have the same vision in your heart, and I know you too have dared to dream it in this life. We are moving to it closer now, closer than ever. You have to realize and remember that the night is always darkest before the dawn, and that the closer you move to a breakthrough, the stronger the forces that push you away from it always are. And remember that 99% of all people quit right before the finish line. This is where the battle is won, inside of our minds and inside of our hearts, not out there in the field. So if you're wondering what to do right now, what action you can take, the most important thing that you can do right now is to be stronger than ever within yourself. This is not a time to idly hide in the darkness, to wait for things to wash over so you can go back to work, because that's not going to happen. We are not going to go back to the world the way it was. One way or another, it's going to be completely different, and how that world is going to look is entirely up to you and all of us together. This is a time to step into your light, stronger than ever. This is a time to speak your truth. This is a time to step into your gifts and to be of service to others. This is a time not to entertain fear and hopelessness, but to burn brighter than ever, to take bold risks, even if it means discrimination, even if it means risking your reputation. This is a time to do that thing that you've always been afraid to do. Because what is being used against us in this very moment is our inability to deal with our relationship to fear itself, and our inability to deal with our relationship to the fear of death. This is a time when we need to kindle that relationship very strongly, and to use our fear and our fear of death as an ally. An ally to teach us how to stay strong, even in the presence of these extremely powerful sensations. For we are immortal beings, capable of creating so much more than we've ever been told. We are capable of creating a world of peace, a world operated by our own consciousness that is free and limitless, where we are free to finally bring forth the technologies and ideas that will solve the greatest problems facing humanity, and so much more. So my brothers and my sisters, if you're feeling afraid, if you're feeling doubt and anxiety, please know that these feelings are mainly just an attempt to budge us ever so slightly into an alternate timeline. But only as long as we entertain it. So feel the fear, feel the anxiety, but know that you are not that. You are not this feeling. You are not this mind. You are not this body. You are so much more. And together, in this knowing, we can stand united as one people, as one planet, conscious, whole, and free.